नित्यानन्देश्वरसमारम्भां नित्यानन्देश्वरिमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्. I welcome all of you with my love and respects. I welcome all the devotees, disciples, Samajis, Satsangis, Srimahans, Mahans, Tanidars, Kotaris, sitting with us all over the world through Nityananda TV, Sadhana TV, and Ara TV, and two-way video conferencing, having Nayana Diksha all over the world. Cities sitting with us all over the world. Canberra Health and Harmony Festival, Los Angeles Arunachalam, Ohio Prayag, Oman Shivagangai, St. Louis Tirumala, Toronto Tirukkailayam, and lot more cities. Charlotte, Hyderabad, Guptakashi, Cluj, Romania, Guadeloupe, Indrani, New Jersey, China, Houston, and everywhere it is. I'm having too many cities. I'll enter into satsang directly. So I welcome all of you with my love and respects. Too much is waiting to come out, so. Let's start on the third verse of Isavasya Upanishad. Asurya Namate Loka Antena Tamasa Vritaha Tagunste Pretyabhigachanti Yeke Chatmahano Janaha. Listen. Please listen. No one is good, no one is bad. If somebody does the actions which fulfills your ambitions, you call them as good. If somebody does actions which is not fulfilling your ambitions, you call them bad. No one is right. No one is wrong, no one is good, no one is bad. Deciding somebody is good or bad, right or wrong, is purely dependent on how much they are supporting your ambition. So what cosmos answers? What is the answer of cosmos for this issue? The Upanishad. Please understand, Upanishads are dharma declaring its authority and authenticity by itself. No human being is involved in it. No human vested interests are involved in it. No Here, no prophet, no messenger, no son of God, not even God is involved. Understands? Hindu tradition is so bold, God has only second place. The Dharma, Upanishads stand taller than the concept of God. Understand? It stands taller than the concept of God. What is the opinion of cosmos? What's the opinion of universe? How does the universal intelligence addresses this problem of high and low, right, wrong, good, bad? Because our perceptions of good and bad, right and wrong, is far away from the fact or the truth, or forget about reality. What is the cosmos opinion? Who is good? Who is bad? Who is becoming more and more good? Who is becoming more and more bad? Who is doing more and more right? Who is doing more and more wrong? What is right? What is wrong? Who is right? Who is wrong? Who is good? Who is bad? Because Upanishads have to declare this to the universe. They have to declare. They have to reveal this to universe. We have not even attributed Upanishads to gods or even the God. No. We wanted to retain the authority and authenticity as it is. We left it as apaurushya, as it was done, revealed. Understand? Our rishis don't even want to attribute these Upanishads to any gods, goddesses, the God. No. They said it is a cosmos declaring its authenticity and authority to itself. So what Upanishads want to say about good and bad, right and wrong, high and low, in this last 3 verses, Upanishads are declaring beautifully the whole science of life. Almost all the questions of good and bad, right, wrong, who is higher, who is lower, why somebody is enjoying, somebody is suffering, Everything is clarified. Understand? Upanishads don't answer question by question. They just bombard the questioner. Upanishads, if they answer 100 of your questions, they will make you question millions of your answers. You questioning many of your answers using the sutras is what I call internalizing. Manana means you questioning many of your answers using the truths of Upanishads, revelations of Upanishads. I wanted the Bidadi Nityanandeshwara temple to be a golden temple, mainly to engrave this whole Upanishads in golden letters. And all the 108 Upanishads will be engraved in stone in golden letters in Bidadi. It is the cosmos declaring its authority, cosmos revealing its authority and authenticity. Here, Upanishads declare right and wrong, good and bad, reveal the sacred truths about right, wrong, good, bad, to the universe. Listen, saying yes to life is always right and brings all good things. Saying no to life is always wrong, brings all negative things. All your questions, why somebody who is so good is suffering, why somebody who is so bad is enjoying, all your questions are answered just by this one sacred truth. Now, your questions have thousands of answers in it. When you say why such good man is suffering, you already come to the conclusion he is good man. Now question that answer with this truth. You may say he is good person. You have come to the conclusion. You already have the answer. He is a good person. And why is he suffering? Use this sacred truth and question that answer. As he said and are saying yes to life. Wherever he is suffering, is he saying yes to life? Understand? Same way, if you say, why is this bad person enjoying? Look in. Question your conclusion he is a bad person. Is he saying no to life? Please understand. Dharma is revealing itself. So internalize Catch it and internalize it. Listen. Question all your standards of morals. Question all your concepts of right. Question all your concepts of wrong. If somebody strongly believes sensual pleasures are life and that is the way he expands, he is saying yes to those pleasures, he is saying yes to life. Understand? I am almost on the edge of getting misunderstood. But I am taking the risk to reveal the cosmic truth as it is. Wait, don't come to conclusion. Listen a little more. But when life or your own inner self teaches you, when your aspirations get matured, maybe it is not all about sense pleasures. I think good name and fame is the real life. When your aspirations get matured, have the strength and powerfulness to move towards it, leaving the sensory pleasures as a second priority. So retain powerfulness when you say yes to senses or yes to name and fame, yes to mental pleasures. Name and fame is the mental pleasure, the psychological pleasure. Or when your aspirations get matured and life raises you to experience the conscious pleasures, understand, initiation, bliss, all these are conscious pleasures. What you experience during the Kundalini awakening or during the completion, when you feel complete Kundalini awakening time, during the initiation, during the energy darshan, without any support from senses or mind, those pleasures are pleasures of consciousness, pleasures of senses, pleasures of mind, pleasures of consciousness. Saying yes even to your pleasures of senses, as long as you feel they are your life, is saying yes to life. And the next statement I am going to make is important. As long as you perceive and believe sensory pleasures are your priority and they expand you and they bring you tremendous joy, fulfillment, contentment, pleasure, saying no to sensory pleasures is saying no to life. It is self-denial, killing the Atma, Atma Hana. Spend lot of intelligence, energy, time in introspection, internalizing, and take decisions in life. Ability to retain your powerfulness to say yes to the maturity of your aspirations is vairagya. Ability to retain your powerfulness and saying yes to the maturity of your aspirations is vairagya. Whenever your aspirations are matured, they may mature from the pleasures of senses to pleasures of mind, and pleasures of mind to pleasures of consciousness, and to the bliss of consciousness itself. Tanmayananda, the bliss in the very existence of you. Advaita Anubhava, Advaitic happening, saying yes to the maturity of your aspirations. When your aspirations are getting matured, when you say yes to them, you also get matured. When you are not able to say yes to your matured aspirations, you may be getting aged, not matured. The next statement I am making, listen. Whenever your aspirations are matured, but due to powerlessness and inability to say yes to the matured aspirations, if you continue to say yes to your lower aspirations and saying no to the matured aspirations, is again Atmahana. Now, if you feel there is certain level of confusion, conflict, contradiction in me, till I grasp and come to certain clarity, what should I do? To what I should say yes or no? For this question, the Upanishad, the answer for this question, we introduce God and Kamikagama. Now comes the personal form appearance, not before. Till now the context is set, only now the hero entry. Understand, in Vedic tradition, context is higher than hero. Context is higher than hero. You always think hero is higher than everything because you are in the form. Anything presented in the form impacts you, impresses you. That is why context assumes human form is God. Context assuming human form is God if he is still moving the hands and legs and doing actions as you do, is Guru. The context assuming the form as per your perception is God. Context assuming the form to be perceived by you is Guru. Context assuming the form of perception by you, context assuming the forms as per your perceptions is God. Context assuming the form for your perceiving happening is Guru. Listen. Whenever you have a doubt, question, conflict, controversy, incompletion, unable to internalize these sacred truths and take a decision in the immediacy of your life, all you need is Kamika Agama, where the whole truths of Upanishads is transmitted into a user-friendly day-to-day manual. User-friendly day-to-day manual. Yesterday, on the auspicious day of Sri Ramakrishna's birthday, yesterday was Ramakrishna's Janmaditi. For last so many days, all of us are searching for the complete English translation of Kamikagama. Yesterday, the auspicious day, please understand, after the Amavasya, it is third day, the new energy gets infused into the world through the reflection of the moon. That is when Ramakrishna happened. And exactly the same way, so many of our sannyasis suddenly, all of them simultaneously discovered Kamikagama English translation. We were all praying. If we have to sit and do the translation, it will take so much time. But we wanted to follow, start imbibing as early as possible. And Mahadeva literally revealed and blessed. Our Sangha with the simultaneous revelation of Kamikagama English translation to multiple sannyasis at the same time. Exactly evening. So now we have the complete translation of Purva Kamikagama, Purva Pada and Uttara Pada, both. Purva and Uttara both. It's available freely in the internet. We can flash the link. Please see the link. Now it will be flashed and all the SMKT will receive an email of that link. It's done by some Shivacharyas and yes, Shivacharya's name. Dr. S.P. Sabaratna Shivacharya and uploaded by the Himalayan Academy, the Kawai Hindu Monastery. In their website it is there. So I wanted all my followers. It's available as free download. All my followers to download the Purva and Uttara and read the relevant parts for your life. You may not need the how to build temples, all those parts. You may need how to take bath every day, brush yourself, apply vibhuti, do your simple puja. So whatever relevant part, please read and start aligning yourself. And all the Mahants, Kotaris, Tanidars who are part of the Sangha, you may have to read more parts, because if you are going to start a temple or start an ashram, start a center, you may need to read all those parts also. It's, I think, around 2000 pages. And I also wanted to tell every one of you, the Himalayan Academy, out of the grace and respecting the tradition, knowledge is free. They have uploaded the whole thing freely, but I request and recommend all our centers and ashrams to collect some donation as much as you can and contribute it to them directly, thanking them for this great service to Hindu tradition and Hinduism. After all, they are doing so much of service to Hinduism by bringing all this to the world and revealing these great truths by translating them and uploading it for free download. They are serving. So I recommend all our centers, ashrams, when you download and use this, contribute to them so that they can continue to do their good work. Let the Dharma Chakra roll. Let the wheel of Dharma roll. It will roll only when everyone who is benefited also stands by it and supports it. And I also wanted to sincerely thank, on my behalf and the behalf of Nityananda Sangha, the Himalayan Academy and Kawai Hindu Monastery for uploading this English translation for free download in the internet. And I personally want to thank Dr. S.P. Sabaratna Mahasivacharya for doing this great service to humanity. So all of you download and start aligning your life as much as possible to Kamikagama, because here your doubts, your questions, everything gets answered by the immediacy, user-friendly, direct, straightforward, intimate, personal instruction level. Mahadeva is revealing these great truths and directly instructing. So, all the Sri Mahans, Kotaris, Tanedars, email has been already sent to you with the link of Kamikagama, Purva, Uttara, both the parts. The science of enlightenment. Context for life should be from 108 Upanishads. Lifestyle should be based on Kamikagama. Administration, running the Sangha, all the right, wrong, prayaschitta, enrollment, adding, deletion, administration should be done as per Manusmriti. I am clearly defining the vision of Nityananda Sangha. Upanishads are the ultimate, superior, authoritative scriptures for our Sangha. The 108 Upanishads described, named in Muktikopanishad. Please understand, among the Upanishads, there are some confusions, controversies, which should be accepted as Upanishads and which should not be. So I am clearing it. 108 Upanishads named in Muktikopanishad by Sri Ramachandra Prabhu to Hanuman. That 108 Upanishads forms the most authoritative, ultimate, superior, supreme scripture for our Sangha. And Kamikagama is the authoritative book for our lifestyle, day-to-day lifestyle. And Manusmriti forms the book based on which we will be doing administration of our Sangha and living our life. So anywhere if Manusmriti is attacked, we will stand up to defend Manusmriti. Anybody attacking Upanishads or Agamas or Manusmriti, they are attacking us directly. We will stand and defend. And I also wanted to mention one more important truth. Agama, Kamikagama, as revealed by Mahadeva, nowhere Mahadeva says these agamas should be practiced and taught only by particular community people. No. He says very clearly, Shiva Vipraihi. Shiva Vipra means followers of Shiva. So understand the authority to read, practice, preach, share agamas belongs to anybody who decides to follow Shiva. That's all. The word Shiva Vipra cannot be translated as particular community. See, in Amnaya Patati, Adi Shankara very clearly declares the person who occupies his pita should be Yoni Brahmana, means born in Brahmana Yoni, born to Brahmin mother. Oh, it does not say Brahmin father. Exactly. Anyhow, let's not get into the controversy. It says born to Brahmin mother. He makes it very clear. Who is a born Brahmin? He only has to sit in that seat. He doesn't say practicing Brahmin. Here, if Mahadeva wants to restrict this knowledge of Agama to certain community which comes by birth, he would have described it very clearly, because he goes to the extent of describing the measurement of your toothstick. When he is in the mood of giving such elaborate, clear description, not just the kind of a stick you should use for the brushing, the length and even thickness it describes. When he goes to that extent, he not saying this belongs to certain community by birth, the right or the authority goes by birth. He doesn't say. He didn't say anywhere. He says very clearly, Shiva Vipra, followers of Shiva. So, anybody decides to practice devotion to Shiva, who decides to follow Shiva, you have the right and authority to follow, read, practice, preach Shaivagamas. So please understand. Please understand. By revealing this to all of you and requesting all of you to align your life, I am not doing anything against the instruction or will of Mahadeva. I am only doing exactly as per his instruction. So, I am very clearly telling you, all of you have adhikara, right to read, practice, live, preach Shaivagamas. Let me come back to the Upanishads. Asurya namate lokaha antena tamasavrita taguste pretyabhigachanti eke chatmahano janaha. Understand? Right and the wrong. Right and the wrong. Good and bad. Evolution or involution. Expanding or shrinking. All these questions. What is sadhana and what is vedana? What is yoga? What is roha? All these questions answered in this one verse. With this one word, Atmahana Asurya Namate Loka Antena Tamasavrutaha तागस्ते प्रेत्याभिगच्छन्ति एके च आत्महनो जनाः. Today's subject for Vakyartha Sadas, just the word Atmahana. What is Atmahana and what is not Atmahana? I wanted to read all the 3 sutras of Upanishads. Please listen. Ishavashyamidaggun sarvam yatkincha jagatyan jagat tena tyaktena bunjita makridakasya sviddanam kurvanneveha jijivisheච්ඡadaggun samaha evan tvayinanyatetosti na karma lipyate nare. Listen, listen. In this verse, decide to live. Jijivishet. Kurvannevega karmani jijivishet samaha. This is the key word. In the next verse, Atmahana is the key word. There, what it means to say yes to life, what it means to say no to life. What is saying yes to life? What is saying no to life? Is clearly explained. Now, today, the subject for Vakyartha Sadas in the evening is Atmahana. Atmahana. I have a happy announcement. We have got our own property in Madurai. It is just 2 kilometers from the main bus stand, Madurai. Madurai bus stand. It means inside the city limit. We have our own property now to start the Nityananda Dhyana Peetham in Madurai. We already have city center. And now we have ashram too. So now the Sangha will start functioning in full-fledged way in Madurai. I am declaring we are going to have a beautiful school, Gurukul and temple in Madurai. Blessings to Madurai Sangha. With this, I bless you all. Let you all radiate with integrity, authenticity, responsibility, enriching, causing, living Advaita. Eternal bliss, Nityananda. Thank you. Be blissful.
Nityananda Dhyana Peetham, Nityananda Nagar, off Mysore Road, Bidadi, Bengaluru. Phone 08027279999. www.nityananda.org. www.youtube.com/Life Bliss Foundation.